Hello, hello. Joel Chestnut here. Bonjour, bonjour. How was that? How was that for the opening ceremony? I hope you had a good time. You settled down. You're ready to watch the best that I've gathered in Paris. And again, we are going to be having a little bit of a preview into Kenyan athletes in particular. I'll mention some names that are going to be names to watch, athletes to watch. I might have a bias, but that's why we talk and discuss and have previews, opinions, and all that. That's the fun part, isn't it? So, road to Paris, that was our beginnings. We've come down to this. Athletes, I think, are really looking forward to putting their country flags and country uniform and doing what they've been training for the last 4 years. We've come a long way, haven't we? And so I'll start with my favorite event, the 800 meters. You've heard me in the past. I've really been leaning towards that event religiously. It's part of who I've become over the years, in love with the sport. Anyway, let's look at these names. Let me give you a few names from Kenya. We have Emmanuel Wanyonyi, Wycliffe Kinyamala, and Kaitatio Kindali. I'll put another name there just to add the numbers for you to think about. Kenyan, who should be, but is not. Aaron Chaminingwa. Very interesting character. I watched him race twice, and he's not in the team, but I'm mentioning him just for people who want to discuss. Should he be in the team or not? So let's find out. Time will tell. 800 meters. Emmanuel Wanyonyi and Wycliffe Kinyamala seems to have consistency coming to these Olympics. I've seen this over time, and this young man, Aaron, who isn't in the team, has given me that consistency that comes to the rounds. So I'm mentioning him without mentioning the one who was Pikidali, who has some decent time. 142, I think, is his time this year, which is decent. But again, you have to look at somebody's CV or his performance before trials. So I'm giving it what I call my own opinion on this one. So 800 meters. Having mentioned the Kenyans, we have to be honest and declare that the protagonist and the antagonist in this event are deep. Let's mention the Algerian Jamel Sajati. He has the leading times in the world at the moment. 140, 146 is way up there. He's way up there with the Rhodesians, the Wilson Kipketer of this world. So I think he's ranked third all-time list. We have a French runner by the name of Gabriel Toual. He dipped with Wanyonyi in the last race in Monaco. So those are the protagonists, the top cream protagonists we are looking at here. And it's going to be an interesting event. Emmanuel Wanyonyi, I'm leaning towards him for Kenya medal. I do this because watching the young man, how he's been racing in the circuit of Europe, you will give him a chance. If you watch the last race he did, he was one of those guys that he thought he had it, felt kind of the pressure, he succumbed to it and realized he still had more. So maybe because of what I saw, something about him might give Kenyans a medal in the 800. Jamal Sajari, somebody has to get him at the right time. At 141.4, going into the Olympics, he looks like one of those hot favorites. It's going to take something special to dethrone him at the moment, given the times he's coming in. Again, the Olympics, what do we know? People come in as favorites. Things happen through the rounds. And we are looking at a very deep field. I'm looking at the range of times between 141 to 143. And they are all might be in the Olympics, given the fact that they've been showing these decent times the last few weeks. Tells me 800 is a race to watch. So keep an eye on Manuel Wanyonyi. Keep an eye on Jamel Sejatil, the Algerian. I'll give Gabriel Toual. He's running at home. He's for a French runner. He showed something that is going to help. The crowd is going to help him. I'll give Wycliffe Kinyamala a chance to make the final. I don't know about the other athletes that I've seen on the list that made the Kenyan team. I'm picking those. He's gonna take something special. He's gonna take something really special to win the gold. To win the gold in the 800. But those are the protagonists, antagonists, even I call them. Competition is gonna be great. I'm quickly gonna give my own preview on steeplechase. Last time we spoke, I think I had a very sad or grim view on Kenyan steeplechase performance. We got bronze in Tokyo, the lowest medal we ever gotten since I started following Kenyan Olympiads since 1988. We got bronze. And I think in one of the statements I made there was soul-searching inquisition and what has become of an event that we thought we were the custodians, over the years. We just took it for granted. The top 10 times this year going to the Olympics, it was in two Kenyans. I think the runaway top time here is Lamecha Girma, the Ethiopian. I think he's a world record holder at the moment. We have the tactician from Morocco, Suavin Bakali. He's a defending champion. Kenyans are taking to this championship names like Abraham Kibiwot, Amos Serem. Maybe that's the only pride we have, just redeeming ourselves. But I am not that optimistic. There's been a trend here of decline. Whether we are going to reclaim that glory, let's find out this Olympics. I don't know whether I can say I have any confidence in this selection or the crop of athletes we have, the experience they bring. I think Kibiwot might be the only one who's been on big stage for a while. But again, this train seems to have left the station in Kenya, unfortunately. I'll refer this as the new pandemic. I hate to use that phrase, but it seems as if the French bedbugs have crawled into Kenyans' beds, and they're getting the bite, and they seem not to recover very quickly on this one. So if any medal, we might get another bronze. If at all, we get any medal in 3,000 steeplechase. Very, very, very grim picture there. The 1,500 meters, Jacob Engelbrechtsen, the Norwegian, is a runaway hard favorite, but he has to really watch Josh Carr from Australia. We have Yared Nuguse, but Timothy Cheruiyot, Ronald Cheruiyot, those are the only Cheruyiots representing Kenya. I'll give Timothy a chance as a Kenyan. He's experienced. He's a race-savvy dude. I think he knows where to be at the right time. He's an interesting character to watch, the way he runs, the way he leans forward. But you underestimate that kind of form or candidacy to your own demise. But Jacob Engelbrechtsen, I can't even say his name. Quite a swagger guy. With his arrogance. Is he gonna double again 5K, 15K the way he did last time in the World Championship? I don't know. But Josh has something to say about that. Josh Carr from Australia. I think Yared Nuguse, the American, has something to say about it. But Timothy, given his experience, I think he'll have something to say about the top three. I truly believe he has that toughness or that mental edge to create something for people to think about. And if he sticks with Jacob and Josh, at the end, I see him medaling in the 1500. But I think Jacob, Josh, Jared, Timothy, those are my top 4. The order might be different. But Jacob he's just a brilliant athlete right as we speak going in. But Josh showed us something different in Eugene when he beat him in the mile race. But that was Eugene, and I think Jacob went back home, and I think he's been making some final touches on his race tactics and fitness. They ran at 3:26. Was it at 26 or at 27? Something like that. He almost got the GOAT, Al Garouj record. So we're going into these Olympics, those events looking very, very competitive, which is good for Olympics. It's good for me. It's good to see. I'll be watching those very keenly. I'll be watching the rounds, how they go. The other event that I'm interested in this preview is the marathon. And Eliud Kipchoge, Kenyan GOAT, the legend. If people don't know, this guy has been around. I last remember him world champion 2001. That's 23 years ago, my friend. What were you doing 23 years ago? And even before that, I think he had made some noise in the running world. So the guy is just a legend. He's in Paris to defend the marathon. 2 medals he's won in Brazil and then in Tokyo. I think the reason why he's here is he's going to be anointed as one of the best runner or athlete we have ever witnessed. That's my opinion, and I don't know how it's going to unfold. Marathon is one of those things you don't say much until you hit the 20, is it? Yeah, the 20th mile. But if Eliud wins, I hope he does. If he three-peats, I like that phrase, kind of very American, but I'll go with it. If he three-peats in these Olympics, I'll bow down. I'll bend my knee. Even as I speak, I don't think anybody can surpass his accomplishment. His resume, his CV in running is deep. You have to respect that. But I hope he's anointed. I hope he wins gold. I hope marathon just names itself Marathon Choge. And so I've looked at 800. I've looked at how competitive it's going to be. The Algerian 141 back-to-back. Emmanuel Wanyonyi back-to-back. He ran 141 in Nairobi and then 141 in Paris or Monaco, if I remember those two. And then you have Gabriel Toile running at home. Those might be the top 3. The order might be interesting, how they come, the 1, 2, 3. Those are the big names I'm mentioning. Wanyonyi, Jamel, and Gabriel. They look quite, they look to be having an edge on the rest of the field, but I won't say never in the 800. 1500, we got the Norwegian, we got the American Nuguse, we got the Aussie Josh Carr, and we got Timothy Cheruiyot from Kenya. They have something to say about that. And again, I hope Eliud Kipchoge cements himself or puts his name in the annals of history as the best marathon runner ever in these Olympics. Those are my previews, what I call my own predictions, my own sneak preview into what might happen. Enjoy the Olympics and check. That's my wife. Look at the back there, the Eiffel Tower. She was there a few years ago and she brought that for me. So I'm just trying to advertise. If you like it, subscribe back there. Love you guys. Enjoy the Olympics once in 4 years. My name is George Chestnut. It's been Road to Paris, but we're in Paris. Get that recliner, get that drink, sit back, enjoy it. The best in the world. Thank you, and I'll see you again before other things happen. I'll be looking at different names that might be not interested. I might be looking at sprinters. In fact, I have an interest in sprint. Omanyala Trinidad, a Kenyan, is a sprinter. Did you know that?